Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the review for this premium headphones from Sonos known as Sonos Ace, and I'll also compare it with the Bose QuietComfort Ultra, because I feel these are one of the most premium headphones available in India, apart from Apple AirPods. And yes, I also own the Sony XM5s, but I feel these Bose are slightly better, so it makes so I'm directly comparing this one with the Sonos. And if you don't know about Sonos, Sonos is a audio company. In fact, they produce high-end audio, and this is their first headphones. They generally make speakers and sound bars and stuff like that, but this is their first headphones and comes inside this box. And like my typical review, we will be going over all these pointers so that you can make an informed decision. Is this the best headphones, premium grade headphones for you or not? Okay, first let me actually show you this. And this comes in this box like this, and I'm not a big fan of this. In fact, I've been actually testing this one. This was a review unit, and I've been actually testing it for over a month. I did even travel in airplanes, etc. with this one, so I've used it quite a bit, and I'll also let you know how it compares with this Bose QC Ultras. Okay, first coming to the packaging, this is the box that it comes inside, apart from this outer external box. And I'm not a big fan of this one. The outer material on this one is this rough material, and this picks up dust like anything. In fact, before shooting this video, I had to wipe it with a damp cloth because it was attracting so much dust. So I'm not a big fan of this one. And again, like the Sony XM5s, this is a big box. As you can see, I'm just going to open it up, and here we have the headphones itself. So they come in this one, and we also have a pouch here. You can actually add your cables, etc. inside this, and this is sort of magnetic. So that's what it is. And again, this is a slightly chunkier box to carry around if you're traveling compared to the Bose one. As you can see, if I put the Bose ones on top of it, the Bose one is significantly smaller. So that's what it is. I'll just keep that to the side. Okay, let's talk about the this one itself, and let's first handle the build quality and looks department. And here I would say I will give Sonos a lot of marks. In fact, if you look at it, I feel these look actually very premium. In fact, the build quality on this one is one of the best that I've seen on a headphones, apart from the Apple AirPods. AirPods Max, yeah, but they cost around 60,000. This one was released for about 40,000, but I just checked Amazon, and these are available for about 34,000. So certainly on the premium side, but not as bad as the Apple AirPods Max. These are the Bose QC Ultras, and as you can see, you can fold them like the older XM4s, I would say. So nice for traveling. But these are also premium. I think so these was launched in India for about 36,000. I had purchased it on the full price, but now on Amazon I saw it around 28,500 to 29,000. I'll leave the link for you guys. But in terms of build quality and looks, again, as you can see, this is metallic, and yes, this is plastic, but it is very high quality on this one. And because this is metallic, it gives a very reassuring feeling, and I just love the clamping force that you have on this one. In fact, I would say in terms of clamping force, they have done a far better job than even the Bose. I would say the Bose, after sometimes in my head, if I'm just moving around, shifts a little bit, but this does not. And I thought these will be slightly uncomfortable because yes, these are slightly on the heavier side, but I have to say in terms of the comfort department, distributes the weight so well on your head that after some time I didn't feel that they were on my head. That way, I would say in terms of comfort, they have done a good job. And again, this is metallic, I would say, the headband on this one. So again, these should actually age a lot better compared to even the Sonys or even the the Bose. One good thing that I liked, and I think so this is copied from the AirPods, Apple AirPods Max. As you can see, you can just take these out, and these are detachable, and these are magnetic in nature. So I love this. This is very easy. For example, if these gets damaged, or after a couple of years these gets toned or something like that, you can just buy a spare and just put it like this. And also for cleaning, this is a lot easier whereas on the Bose, Sony, etc., these are attached. Yes, you can take it out, but again, this is not as easy to replace as on this one. Next thing is, again, as I've told you, the build quality feels very, very premium. That's the big difference, I would say. If you go to a store and you have a demo, the moment you pick it up and hold it, you feel that this is a very premium product. They have put a lot of attention on the build quality. So I would say, in terms of the build quality, and looks can be subjective, but in terms of build quality, I would say if we take out the AirPods Max, this is as of now, I would say, oops, I had to close my remarkable. Okay, this is a good 9.8 out of 10 for me. That good it is, the build quality on this one. Okay, now let's talk about the Bluetooth range. And here I would say I did not have any Bluetooth range issues on this one. The Bluetooth range was fantastic on them. In fact, I would say the Bluetooth range was slightly better than the Bose. After the second room, sometimes the Bose was cutting out, but this one, even when I went to one floor down, it was connected. So the Bluetooth connection that we have on this one is rock solid. I didn't have any dropouts or anything. So it's a 10 on 10. I didn't have any issues in the past 1 month of usage. I tried it using it with the iPhones. I tried it using it with Android phones, etc. No issue. Lag while watching videos, again, negligible. This is something almost most of them have actually solved it. Even if you get a slight lag, sometimes it happens on YouTube. If you just pause it and play, again, there is no lag. In fact, I watched Netflix videos, even YouTube videos, etc., while wearing this one, and I did not have an issue. Okay, apps and button customization. Okay, let me actually show you first. Let me show you the buttons, hardware buttons on this one. Then we'll talk about the app, because here I feel this device loses quite a bit. In terms of the hardware buttons that we are getting on this one, I really like what again, we have Type-C for charging, so standard that we are getting. This is the power on-off button that we are getting. And on this end, you can control your noise cancellation, transparency, etc. with this one. And if you notice this button, this is the main multi-function button that we are having on this one. And if you do it up and down, up obviously increases the volume, down it lowers the volume, but you can also press it. So for example, to skip track, you just double press. So, and for rewinding to the previous track, you triple tap, you do that. So that way, I would say, when I was using these headphones like this, I never had to actually reach to the phone to do any adjustment. I could skip the tracks, I could rewind, I could adjust the volume, the noise cancellation, on, off, transparency. I can do everything from this one. So that way, I would say, in terms of the button customization, buttons that we have, hardware-wise, they have done a very, very good job on this. Here, it gets a full marks from me. I would say that way they have done an excellent job. But now let's talk about the app on this one. And here, I would say Sonos actually falls behind quite a bit compared to, what do you say, Sony's or even the Bose. Let me actually show you. And again, let me just switch this on so that it will connect. And if I go to the Sonos app, so it actually just connected, and I can just take it off. And again, if you take it off, it has a sensor, so it will pause the music and all those things. Those standard stuff is there. And when it's connected, as you can see, it will show this blue light. And yes, I have also tested it with the multiple Android smartphones, so no issues. So this is the app that you get, and if you notice, the app is very, very, very basic on this one. If you compare it with Sony or even Bose app, they offer us so much. But here it is very, very limited. Of course, it gives you the name of this one. You can change it or whatever you want. Active noise cancellation control you can do. Aware is nothing but transparency mode and switch off. But again, you can also do that directly from here. As you can see, if I'm just pressing this button, I can move between these ones. So you can customize this. So you don't. But the only thing is that head tracking is there. For listening to music, I found the head tracking to be a gimmick, I would say. Again, this is a gimmick. Most Sony also has it. Bose also has some sort of them, but this is mostly a gimmick for listening to music. But while watching certain movies or something, can give a better immersive experience. So I switched it off, I would say. But if you go to the EQ, as you can see, the EQ is so basic on this one. and you just have the control to adjust the bass and treble, unlike the Sony or the Bose, which give you so many options to tweak the sound. You have a full band equalizer, you can adjust the frequencies, etc. as you like, which is sorely missing on this one. Again, there was also this loudness thing. I have disabled it at very low volume. It tries to boost the bass, but again, that doesn't get a good effect, so I've disabled it. So this is what you have in terms of equalization, and I would say that actually brings the whole experience of this one is down. Again, you can also do the firmware update. I have already done the firmware update, etc. So in terms of a button customization and all, it's a 10 on 10. But the app functionality, basic stuff also like EQ, etc., is simply not there. So this gives me a very poor rating of 5 on 10. Sonos really need to work on their app and provide us a lot more options. Learn from the leaders like Sony, Bose, what they are doing with the headphone app. Sonos just can't just live in an isolated environment. Okay, we'll just give you bass and treble and call it a day. Sorry about it. Okay, now coming to the comfort. Here, I was surprised, as I've told you, and I liked this one. Even while wearing the glasses like this, and if you wear this, it gets a good seal and it's comfortable. And I have to say, I have to give full marks to Sonos here. This is their first headphones, but they got the comfort thing actually so right on this one. The amount of clamping force is just perfect. And even though this is slightly heavier compared to the Sony XM5s and the Bose QC Ultras, after wearing, you don't feel that heft. In fact, they're super comfortable. Also, you have enough padding on this one. So in terms of comfort, I would say these are super comfortable. I would say I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. The Bose QC Ultras are just slightly more comfortable. I think it's just the fact is that these are slightly lighter. That's why. But apart from that, I would say nothing big deal in terms of comfort. Very close to Sonos. Okay, now coming to active noise cancellation. Again, guys, these modern premium headphones, you call it the Sony XM5s, XM4s, the Bose, etc. All of them actually have excellent active noise cancellation, and that's actually almost the same with this one. It's like one is 91, one is 90, one is 92. It's just like that. I would say in terms of active noise cancellation, the Bose goes slightly ahead by a point or two more. Then I would say Sony comes, and then this will come. Don't get me wrong, it's not like these are bad. If you give to any person who's not comparing it side by side, they'll feel the noise cancellation on this one is spectacular. But again, if I have to rate it, yes, the Bose goes slightly ahead. I would say I wore this even on a flight to Delhi continuously for about 2.5 hours or stuff, and I had a good experience in the flight. Also, it does not give you that ear fatigue sometimes with some of the headphones. They give that pressure on your ears. That was also not there. So that way, I would say noise cancellation has been done very well on this one. Again, these are so good. I have to give it 9.5 today. Now coming to the microphone quality, here also I would say again, these are doing a fabulous job. I did not have any problems when I was taking calls on this one. The only nitpicking I would say is that when I was outdoors and it was a little bit windy, I would say these catch a lot of wind and you get that muffling sound, etc. Again, but that is the problem with most of the headphones. This one is slightly more, I felt. But apart from those extreme situations, I would say I'm very happy with the microphone quality on this one. So again, microphone quality, Bose is just very minutely better, but again these are also so good. I have to give it 9. Okay, one thing that I forgot is called transparency. That is when you're wearing these headphones and stuff like that. When you enable the transparency mode, how clearly you can hear what is outside. Again, the AirPod Max is known as the benchmark, but here I would say Sonos Ace has done an incredible job. Here, in terms of transparency, I would say these are at the top, almost very close to the AirPods Max. And in fact, I would say in terms of transparency, they are actually, and now have actually enabled transparency, and I can hear myself so clearly. In fact, in terms of transparency, they are better than the Bose and even the Sony XM5s, I would say. Super good. These are the benchmarks. If you're having an Android, smartphone, of course you can't use the AirPod Max. These are the benchmarks, I would say. So in terms of transparency, this is a solid 9.7 out of 10 to me. Okay, battery life again, guys, very good. It's rated, if I recall, 30 odd hours or something like that. And in fact, I simply couldn't drain the battery life in 3 days of sitting. In fact, I'm barely charging it once a week, I would say. Battery life is super good in all of these. You take it the Sony, you take the Bose, etc. So battery life is actually no longer an issue, and I think so I should just cut off this point in headphone reviews, because all of them are actually way good. Most of them will typically last, if you're listening, for 2-3 hours every day over the week, easily, I would say. Okay, now sound quality for music. I would say for music, it is good. What I'll tell you is the general sound signature, as we are talking about the sound on this one. I'll broadly cover all this in terms of sound. So in terms of sound signature, take it the Sony XM5, talk about this one, the Bose, or even this one. These don't have a flat sound signature. They have a slightly V sound signature, which is a pleasing sound signature for listening to music and for movie content. So that follows this one. But I feel the Sonos, they have tuned it slightly to replicate more natural sound, I would say. But here the problem is that many of you will not like it, and you will go to the app to customize the sound signature as you like. But the problem with the app is that, as I've shown you, we just have two settings. That is, you can increase the bass and the treble tones. Apart from that, you simply cannot control the other music parts on this one. So here I felt that was the biggest lacking thing for me. Don't get me wrong, the sound signature is good. If you're someone who's a slightly purist, you will like the sound signature on this one. But again, if you want your taste of music, again, the Sonys, the Bose, etc. offer you that you can tweak the sound as per your liking. Because they offer so much customization and tweaking the sound that is simply missing on this one. And I simply could not get the enjoyable sound punchiness that I wanted with this one. Don't get me wrong, I liked listening to music, but again, with the Sonys or even the Bose, when I'm listening to music, after some time I just start singing because I get so involved and immersed in that music. That was simply not happening with the Sonos. And I think so that was happening because I simply could not tweak the sound as per my liking. And I really hope Sonos adds that equalization part, 5-band, 7-band or 10-band equalizer, because I feel the drivers, the hardware on this one is very good, but it's the software that is lacking it. So if I have to rate it overall, I would say the bass is good, it's there, mid-tones are produced well, even high tones are there, but again, that shimmer or that punchiness that I really wanted, or the bass when I know some tracks. For example, I was listening to this particular track where you have a lot of bass, but you also have vocals and stuff like that. I enjoyed it quite a bit more on the Bose because of that extended bass, etc. that I was getting. But here, because of the lack of the EQ customization I got, I simply did not get that much of an impact, I would say. So to rate the sound overall, if I say overall the sound signature is maximum is 10, I would say. As of now, I would rate it 8 out of 10 on the sound signature. I'm pretty sure if Sonos actually implements the EQ and allows us to customize the sound signature, this can easily get bumped up to 9 out of 10 in terms of sound signature. But as of now, the limited sound tweaking that it is giving is holding this one back quite a bit. I was surprised. In fact, I waited for my review. I thought with an update, Sonos will give us that option, but that is not the case. The app is so lacking and almost no sound customization except apart from the bass and treble. So overall, I would say because of the superior build quality, you have this one and the button channel. Overall score I would give it as of now is 8.5 out of 10. And I hope Sonos listens to actual user feedbacks and gives us more options to tweak the sound. And if they give that, then this rating would definitely go ahead, I would say. But as of now, I would overall rate it 8.5 out of 10. Definitely between these two, I would say as of now, if these both are priced similarly, I will simply pick up the Bose because you can tweak the Bose much better to your liking, and you can get that punchier sound signature with the same. I hope you found this review helpful. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.